Welcome to Amazing Trails Yoga, Yoga to Hike Prep B for the upper body. Today we are at Middletown Reservoir Trails and we're hiking along the Highland Loop Lake Trail. And it's really a lot of fun. We're in the woods now. We're not so much by the lake, by the reservoir. Some of it is fenced off because it is a reservoir. It's for drinking water and no swimming, things like that. But there's some beautiful trails around here. And here we are. And people think of hiking that you're doing all the leg work, the lower body, but it really does consist a lot of the upper body workout. So we're going to work on our torsos, our backs, our arms, our necks, everything like that. When you're hiking, you're moving around a lot with your arms and you're balancing over rocks and boulders. We'll be practicing with that. And you're also carrying a backpack if you're going overnight. Could be pretty heavy with the water, which I think is the heaviest, your tent, all the supplies that you need. So it is a really good upper body workout, and we'll be getting ready for a good hike, be it a short little hike that you're taking just for pleasure, a longer hike overnight, maybe for a week, a month, however long, we'll get you ready. So we'll begin at standing position, Tadasana. And normally our feet are hip width distance apart, so let's heel toe and heel toe our legs apart a bit. Our feet are facing out diagonally a little bit, and we'll begin with pranayama, the breath of life, standing for a change. So we'll bend our legs at the knees and inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. On the inhale, we'll stay up and take our right hand over our left ear and give our necks a nice stretch down to the right, our earlobe coming down to our right shoulder. We'll gently look up at the sky and look down at our mat. Very nice. Looking to the right, we'll extend our arms out to the right, and we'll look to the center, to the left, to the center. We'll take our arms behind us, interlace our fingers, straighten our arms, and bring them over to the right on our right hip. Again, we'll look over our right shoulder. We'll chicken wing our arms, looking over our right shoulder. And letting go of our hands. We will look forward and bend our legs at the knees. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. On the inhale up, we'll stay up and take our left hand to our right ear, and we'll gently tug our head down our ear to our left shoulder, looking up at the sky, down at our mat. Look over our left shoulder, extend your arms. Look over our right shoulder. To the center, we'll take our fingers and bring them behind us, interlace them, straighten our arms. Nice stretch. Very good. And we'll bring our hands over to our left hip. Make a chicken wing with your left arm. Look over your left shoulder. Very nice. Looking over to the right. We'll unlace our hands and bend our legs at the knees. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. On the inhale, we'll stand and we'll grab a block and place it in front of us. We're going to extend our arms out to the side, maybe heel toe another time, heel toe. And we're going to bend at the waist, hinge at the hips, and we're dropping our left hand on the block and twisting up to the sky on the right side. A nice little mosquito on my hand. And down to the block. We'll inhale our left arm up. And down to the block. We'll come up, standing up into Tadasana with our legs spread at the sides. And we're coming down to into a goddess pose. Our hands are on our knees and we're taking our right shoulder over to the left, looking over our left shoulder. Nice inner thigh stretch as well as a shoulder stretch. And coming up, we'll bring our left shoulder to the right, looking over our right shoulder. And coming to the center, staying in goddess, we'll bounce a bit. We're getting some heat into our hips. A lot of hip work in hiking. And I said we would balance. There's a lot of balance when we're coming over pebbles and stones and rocks. So we'll lift up our right heel for a nice little balance. And dropping our right heel, we'll lift up our left without missing a beat. Great. Kind of fun. And now we can stop and lift both heels, maybe bounce or maybe just stay in a stationary position, whatever works for you. And dropping our heels, coming up, we'll extend our arms out to the sides, bring them behind us, interlace our fingers, and take your toes and bring them in a bit so that your feet are parallel to each other. And we're going to hinge at the hips and bring our hands up over our heads, crown of our head toward the mat, maybe on the block. And breathe. Bending at the knees, we're coming back up into a goddess. Take your right foot so that it's diagonal with the mat and your left. And we'll take your right shoulder to the left. Look over your left shoulder. And to the center, we'll look over our right shoulder. And to the center, placing your palms together, we'll do our little bouncing. Really fun in goddess pose. Lifting our right heel. Dropping our right heel, lifting our left. Not missing a beat. Maybe we can lift both heels. We'll stay stationary. Now we'll bounce. Dropping your heels. We're going to bring our knees in and out. Adding on a bit, in and out. Very nice. This is really fun. And coming back up. Take your toes so that they are parallel to the edges of the mat, parallel to each other. We'll extend our arms out. We have the block in front of us. We're bending forward at the hips, hinging. Take your right hand to the block and lift your left arm up to the sky. Follow the gaze, look at your thumb. And back to the block as we lift our right arm up. Our gaze is following. And back to the mat. Coming up into a standing position, we'll take our arms out to the sides, bring them behind us, interlace the fingers, and we're hinging at the hips one more time, lifting our arms up over our heads, dropping the crown of our heads to the mat or the block. I like to balance it on the block. And breathe. coming back up, hinging at the hips. We'll take the block to the front of the mat, and you're stepping your right foot forward and your left foot comes back. Not on the most even ground. I hope you are. And we're bending our right knee. We're taking both arms up like an airplane. We're practicing and bringing them back. Up and bringing them back. Good. We really use our arms for moving. When we even just walk, we swing our arms. Really helps with our momentum and our balance. Bringing them up, and we can bring our left foot to the mat, our right foot together, and we'll take our left foot forward and our right back this time. Bring our arms up and back. You're bending your left leg. Up and back. Very nice. Up and back. And one more time, we're coming up. And on the way back, we'll practice this because we'll be doing this a bit. Take your right foot forward and your left foot back with your arms down. Really good. So we're coming to the top of the mat. Ooh, have some pickers under me. You will need your blocks, 2 blocks. So keep them nice and handy. Okay, we are taking our arms together, our forearms together, your palms together, and you're at a 90-degree angle. You're lifting them up, 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 up. This looks easy, but you might be trembling a little, the yogi shake. Now you take your right arm and you're going to eagle wrap below your left arm. So your right arm is below, so your right leg comes up and you're eagle wrapping your left leg. Now you can just cross your right leg over your left if you like. Otherwise, you're eagle wrapping it around your leg. So we opened up our arms, our shoulder blades, our backs. We're really ready for this. And we're unwinding our right leg. And you can step back into a lunge, or when you unwind it, you could step back into an eagle. Not an eagle, I'm sorry. Into warrior 3 with eagle wrapped arms. Then you unwind your arms, coming into airplane. Lower your right leg. And we bring our arms up and back. Up and back. Up and back. Now we're coming to either side of our left leg. You could use your blocks if you like. You could lower your right hand to the mat and inhale your left arm up. Dropping your left arm, we'll inhale our right arm up. And coming down, very nice. Now you're going to come up, drop your right heel to the mat, and we're coming up into a warrior 1. Very, very nice. Just breathe in warrior 1. Lifting up your heel, we're going to bend forward and do the airplane. Our arms will be back and up together, back and up together, back. And on the next up together, you're bringing your right foot up to meet your left. You're in chair and Tadasana. Very nice. From Tadasana, we'll bring our arms around, so that our forearms are connected, and we'll lift, 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 lift. This gets our back really toned and good shape for us, for so much hiking that we plan to be doing. Take your left arm down and around your right arm. Because your left arm is down, we'll pick up our left leg and bring it over our right. We could just cross it, or you could bring it around into the eagle. In eagle, you're leaning forward. Then we're coming into warrior 3, eagle wrap. So you're bringing your left leg around. And you could certainly go right for the lunge or the eagle. Then we're unwinding our arms, coming back into the airplane, and dropping your left foot. We're in the airplane, and we're bringing our arms up and back, up and back, up and back. Very nice. Take your hands down to either side. Inhale your left arm up and down. Inhale your right arm up and down. Now you're dropping your left heel. You're coming up into warrior 1. Going to take a couple nice breaths, a nice resting position. And lifting up your back heel, we'll do the airplane. Bring our arms back and up, back and up, back. And on the way up, you're bringing your left foot up as well. We're in chair, standing into Tadasana. Our arms are coming around, and we're meeting again. Without missing a beat, we'll start pumping. Up and up and up, up and up and up. Very nice. We'll take our right arm down and around our left. Our right leg comes up and around our left. You can again keep your feet on the floor, on the mat, or bring your right leg up and over your left. We're an eagle. Leaning forward a bit, you'll unwrap your right foot. You could bring it back into a lunge or right into warrior 3 with eagle wrap arms. Unwrap your arms into airplane, and drop your right foot. Very, very nice. You're right in this pose. Our hands are behind us. You're going to clasp your hands together, interlace your fingers, straighten your arms, drop your right heel to the ground. In this position, you could stay like this or come into humble warrior. We are straightening our arms. Take your left shoulder to the inside of your left knee and drop the crown of your head to the mat. Our arms will come up over our heads. The longer you stay, the more gravity will have its way with you. And we're slowly coming up, unwrapping our fingers, unlacing our fingers rather, bringing our arms up. Lift up your right heel, back into airplane. Up, back into airplane. Up, back into airplane. And on the way up, we'll bring our right foot up into chair. And Tadasana, we're coming all the way around. And before we put our forearms together, we're going to just keep our palms together. I'm going to face you and make an intention for the day. And I'm just sending our love and energy out to all the people hiking that are just starting hiking or planning these long trips, that are avid hikers, everyone that just wants to go out and enjoy nature. I'm really hoping that this encourages you to do so. And we're just preparing ourselves for this so that there are no surprises and our upper body does get a workout. And I'm really appreciating all this nature and hoping you are too. Coming back to the front of the mat, we'll take our forearms, and we put them together. 90-degree angle. We're pumping up, up, up. Up, up, up. Very nice. Take your left arm down and around your right arm, and your left leg comes up and over. You can just cross it or eagle wrap it around your right leg. We're in eagle. We're bending forward, unraveling our left leg. We can come right into the lunge or into warrior three with eagle wrap arms. And then we unravel our arms, bring our arms back into airplane, drop your left leg to the mat. Very, very nice. Now take your left heel to the mat. Your arms are behind you. Connect the palms, interlace your fingers, straighten your arms. And you could stay just like this or come into humble warrior. So we take our right shoulder to the inside of our right knee. We drop the crown of our head to the mat and bring our arms up over. And we're breathing. From this, we're coming back up. We're dropping our hands and lifting the crown of our head, unlacing our fingers and coming back up into the warrior one. Lift your back heel and we'll do the airplane. Our arms come behind us, up in front, behind us, up in front, behind us. And on the up, we're bringing our left heel up to meet our right. We're in chair and we're coming around, around, around. We're coming down, dropping our seat, picking up our heels. We'll wrap our arms around our shins. We're in a ball of yarn. Another little balance. There's so much balance when it comes to hiking. And we'll drop our heels and bring our seats to the mat. We're pretty warmed up by now, so we're going to go into a hero pose. So in hero pose, you are coming to your shins. You're at the top of your feet. You could take a block and place it between your calves, under your thighs, and sit on the block. Or maybe you could sit all the way down into hero's pose. I'll show you this way. You're at the tops of your feet. Again, you could be sitting on the block if you like. We did this in our yoga to hike prep A to open up our knees. We really use our knees a lot in hiking as well. I know it's not for the upper body, but we're all connected. It all is good together. Take your blocks, unless you're sitting on one if you want. You could take your blocks and put them behind your toes, and your forearms can come down on the blocks. This also stretches your thighs. If you like, you can come all the way down. And we're just going to take a couple breaths. We'll rest here in this position, any position that you're at. And we always breathe into these deep stretches. I just read about this little 5-year-old boy that did the entire Appalachian Trail with his parents, and I figure while we're resting in this position, or you're resting in any position that you like, I just think it's so amazing. He went from Georgia to Maine. That's over 2,000 miles. They made it back in time for kindergarten. And when you think of it, look at when we were kids, we would run outside. We probably put on 10 or 15 miles a day just running around. And his parents channeled all that energy into something so positive and adventurous. And just, I'm pretty amazed by it. Sending love and energy out to them. And we'll come back up into the hero pose. And you take your palms of your hands, your fingers are spread facing the top of the mat. We're coming into a plank. And we're doing a little ab work as well as arm work and torso work to get ready for these hikes. So we're in plank, and you're dropping your right hand so that you're coming to your forearm and your left, and then we're coming up and up. We'll stay on the right hand side. So it's down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Now you can also do this on your knees, down, down, up, up, or full plank, down, down, up, up. And we'll do this on the left hand side. So with your left arm, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. People don't think that this is ab work, but it most certainly is. Coming down, down, up, up, and one more time to be even. Down, down, up, up. Very nice. We're coming to our knees. You could spread your knees as you sit back on your heels into Balasana Child Pose. Rest your forearm to the mat. And breathe. And you're coming up. You could bring your knees forward a bit. We're sitting back on our heels, and we use our trekking poles a lot during hiking. So you can take your hands, because we're always gripping something, or you might be gripping a tree or anything for support. We are taking our fingers spread and placing them so that our wrists are coming down to the mat. You can come up a bit. Your fingers are pointed behind you. And we're slowly sitting back on our heels. And this is a nice stretch on our wrists. It's really good for carpal tunnel. And I do suggest trekking poles. I need to use them way more often. Not at this particular hike, but our last hike, the cameraman and I were hiking, and he was using trekking poles, and we had to go over water, and he went over some water a lot faster than I did. With the trekking poles, he could kind of tell the depth of the water. There were some slippery rocks, and he used them more for balance with them, and I didn't have anything to balance with. So just for safety, and trekking poles gives your upper body a great workout, and it helps with speed, with hiking, and balance, and so many things. So I really do suggest the trekking poles. And coming up, you can give your wrists a nice little shake. Very good. Maybe interlace your fingers like we've been and go around and around. Very nice. Then we're coming to the tops of our hands very, very gently. You're placing the tops of your hands on the mat. Your fingers are behind you. And you're not putting much weight on this at all. You do not support yourselves with your wrists like this. You can sit back a bit, maybe move them forward. You're stretching your hands the other way. Be very, very gentle. Your hands in this position are particularly delicate. But this is a nice stretch that we don't do very often. And hiking is just so wonderful for you. For kids, for older people, it really uses our brains. We're thinking of, without even realizing it, we're having fun, we're out in nature, and we're planning in our brains like different strategies. We're problem solving. Do I go over this way? Do I go that way? Do I go over the boulder? Where should I put my foot next, my hand, anything like that? It's really great problem solving, really good. And you're coming up, and again, put your palms together, make little wiggles. And we will sit back on our seats and fishtail our feet around to the front of the mat. Very, very nice. We'll inhale our arms up and forward fold. We don't have to come all the way down. And we're coming up. You might want to shimmy forward a bit because we're coming down to our backs. Put your hands together, interlace your fingers as we've been doing. We'll slowly make our way down to the mat. Very, very nice. Down to the mat, and bring your feet closer to your hips. Maybe your fingertips can touch your heels. That's a good space, a good distance, I feel. You're inhaling your pelvic up to the sky. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers again. Straighten your arms. You can lift your pelvic up a little higher. This time you can lift up your right leg up to the sky. And down. Your left leg up to the sky. And down. Now you might want to lift your seat up a little higher when you're on your toes. And coming down, dropping your seat. Inhale your knees up to your chest. Give yourselves a nice hug. Take your right leg over your left. You're eagle wrapping your legs like we did earlier. And maybe shift your hips a little bit over to the right. And take your hands out to a T. And you're dropping your knees over to the left as you look over your right shoulder. And you're breathing. A nice spinal twist. Sometimes hiking can be a little jarring to your back, so when your back is nice and limber and flexible, you won't get injured. Looking up to the sky, we'll inhale our knees up and unravel our legs so that now, and keep going, your left leg is over your right, eagle wrap your legs. Maybe your big toe can act as a little hook. And you're shifting your hips over a little bit to the left as you drop your knees to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Really great stretch on your spine. I really hope that you are psyched for your next hiking trip. It doesn't have to be very far, or it could be super far, whatever you want. Looking up to the sky. You can inhale your knees up. Maybe, well, definitely unwind them. And your legs can straighten up to the sky. And bend your knees. We'll give ourselves a nice little hug one more time. And you're going to extend your right leg out to the side of the mat. And your left leg out to the side of the mat. Our palms can face upward to the sky. And we're coming into Shavasana, nice corpse pose, where our body's absorbing all it has done. And you're breathing. And you're beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes, your fingers and your toes. Make little wrist circles and toe circles. And you're bringing both knees up to your chest at the same time, and you can give yourselves a nice little hug. And you can make your way any way up to Sukhasana, easy pose that you like. I'm going to take my hands to the mat and bring my feet up over my head. And I'm going to roll up into Sukhasana, easy pose. Give myself a nice little spinal massage. And I'm coming up into the Sukhasana cross-legged position with, I'm getting a little bit up with mosquitoes. And I'll put my palms together, interlace your fingers like we've been doing, and spread your thumb and put your palms to your heart center. And thank you so much for joining us here at Middletown Reservoir Trails, Highland Lake Loop Trail. Woo, that's a little mouthful. And please subscribe to our channel so that we can communicate. You could tell me what you like, what you want, what you need, any advice, any suggestions. You could give us something to set an intention with. Just be part of us. And thank you so much, and enjoy every hike that you ever take. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.